Commander Zyx'thala of the Galactic Federation adjusted her ceremonial crest as the shuttle descended toward Earth's surface. As the newest species to join the Federation, humans had requested a routine inspection of their military training facilities, a standard diplomatic gesture to demonstrate their commitment to peaceful coexistence. How quaint, she mused, observing the primitive concrete structures below. Their technology is barely past chemical propulsion. What could they possibly teach us about warfare? The human liaison, Colonel Sarah Chun, greeted her with that peculiar facial contortion humans called a smile. Welcome to Fort Benning, Commander. We're honored to show you our officer candidate school. Zyx'thala's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. The humans seemed so fragile. Their skin was thin, their bones easily broken, their lifespans laughably short. Most Federation species had dismissed them as harmless after first contact. Shall we begin the tour? Chun asked, leading her toward a nondescript building. The first classroom appeared mundane enough. Young humans sat studying tactical manuals, their soft features concentrated in thought. Zyx'thala relaxed. This was exactly what she'd expected. Primitive beings playing at war. Then Chun activated the holographic display. This is our introductory course on asymmetric warfare, Chun explained as 3-dimensional battlefields materialized around them. We start with historical examples. Zyx'thala watched in growing unease as the humans casually discussed scenarios that would give veteran Federation commanders nightmares. A small island nation holding off an empire. Farmers defeating the galaxy's most advanced military. Citizens turning household items into devastating weapons. Impressive simulations, Zyx'thala managed. Very creative scenarios. Chun's smile widened. Oh, these aren't simulations, Commander. These are historical records. We're restudying what actually happened. The next room was worse. Human cadets were analyzing something called the Troubles, the Blitz, and Stalingrad. They spoke matter-of-factly about populations that refused to surrender even when facing complete annihilation. Cities that fought block by block, building by building, room by room. Your species has quite the imagination for warfare, Zyx'thala said weakly. Actually, we're just getting started, Chun replied. Wait until you see our psychological warfare division. What Zyx'thala saw next would haunt her dreams for cycles to come. Humans had weaponized everything. Music, art, literature, even children's games. They had turned propaganda into a precise science, morale into a measurable resource, and hope into a strategic weapon. This manual covers insurgency operations, a young instructor was saying. Remember, an occupied population can make occupation more costly than conquest. Your homework is to read chapters 12 through 15. Making the enemy fear sleep, supply chain disruption through creative sabotage, and why every citizen is a potential asset. But it was the final stop that truly terrified her, the philosophy of war classroom. War isn't about winning battles, an elderly professor was explaining to his students. It's about making the enemy believe that victory is impossible. You don't just defeat their military, you defeat their will, their hope, their very concept of success. A cadet raised her hand. Sir, what if the enemy is technologically superior? The professor's eyes gleamed. Then you make technology irrelevant. You make them fight on your terms, in your environment, by your rules. You turn their advantages into weaknesses. A starship can't shoot what it can't find. Advanced weapons are useless if you can't tell friend from foe. On the shuttle ride back to her command ship, Zyx'thala sat in stunned silence. The humans had shown her their basic training program. Basic. They had casually discussed tactics that violated every civilized principle of warfare, strategies that turned defeat into victory and victims into nightmares. Her report to the Federation Council was brief but urgent. Recommend immediate revision of human threat assessment. Classification. Extreme caution. Note, they have not been teaching their military how to fight wars. They have been teaching them how to make war itself afraid of humanity. The humans, Chun had mentioned with that terrifying smile, called it thinking outside the box. The Federation, Zyx'thala realized with growing horror, had just learned why humans had no natural predators.